The island map, ARK's first original map. No doubt this map will give everyone all the nostalgic feeling, because this is where ARK started. But how does it fare when we compare it to the likes of all the other maps and all the DLC maps? In this video we are going to be looking at the pros and the cons of the island map. So let's get straight into it. First we'll start with the pros. This map is a great map for new survivors. It is quite easy to spawn. Every spawn point is on the beach, so naturally there are fewer threats on the beach. Even in the hard zone, your main threat you'll come across are raptors, Dilophosaurus, and potentially the odd T-Rex. But when comparing that to other maps, it's nothing. There are lots of great places to spawn on the map, where you will find many explorer notes in the area. Once picked up, it will give you a buff of double XP for a certain amount of time. It's a great way to level up really quickly. For example, West Zone 2 is a great area to spawn. There are 5 explorer nodes on this tiny island. Just be sure not to die after picking one up. The island is home to some of the best land caves in the game. The Snow Cave, the Swamp Cave and the Tech Cave are all caves that offer a new level of difficulty and progression to the game. These caves have wild dino spawns from 300 and above. They are all great for farming loot crates and leveling up your characters and dinos. And we can't help to point out how good the Swamp Cave is at farming cement paste and chitin if you are using a frog. The Tech Cave is endgame stuff. You can only get into the cave if you have done all 3 of the bosses in game, as you will need the trophies from the boss fights. Every ARK map is very big, but we have to point out the spots where you're guaranteed to find certain creatures. Carno Island, aka the Dead Island, is located at the top northeastern corner of the map. This is a place you can come to. You are guaranteed to find Argentavis, Carnos, Raptors, Sabertooths, Scorpions and Rexes. There are 3 of the original ARK bosses. They can be beaten in many different ways and many different strategies. Starting at the green obelisk, from taking down the giant spider, the broodmother, queen of the swamp, to going into the Arctic and the blue obelisk, and taking down the giant angry Megapithecus. Travelling to the other side of the world at the red obelisk, you have the fire breathing dragon, and he is pretty big. All in all, it's always a bonus having 3 different bosses. There is technically 4 bosses on this map, as you do also have the Overseer in the Tech Cave, which you will defeat after defeating all 3 of these bosses. There are 2 great underwater caves on the island map, the Caverns of the Lost Faith and the Caverns of the Lost Hope. Once again, these are very challenging caves. Very high level creature spawns inside, lots of dangerous creatures lurk within. Once again, it's a great feature of the island map. These 2 caves are also great for farming loot crates. After adding all those pros together, this is why the island wins another pro, and that is the pro in progression. This map is the best map for progression in ARK. There is no other map that has more boss fights, more land and underwater caves as a collective. Moving on to the cons, we all love to scout around for the 150s of this and that, but on this map you'll probably be looking for a long time to find your 150s, because the dinos do not spawn at great levels, unlike the center map or Ragnarok. Comparing the map to other maps, the island probably has the worst beaver dam spawns. There are only a few small spawns in the game, and when you do go there, there's only a couple of dams, so you won't get a lot of cement paste from beaver dams. Unlike the more recent map installments on ARK, there is no natural way to farm element. The only way you can farm element on the island map is by chopping up tech creatures in the wild. So the only way to really farm a substantial amount of element is by doing boss fights. You can get a considerable amount for some of the boss fights if you do them on alpha difficulty. As you can see from this list, we got Broodmother at 148, Megapithecus 220 and Dragon at 440 on alpha. The last con on the island map is metal is hard to find in early game. Pretty much all of the metal on this map spawns in either extremely hard zones or on top of mountains in a lot of areas. But you'll probably find, if you're struggling to find metal, you would have to go to locations like this where you have to face creatures like this. There are a couple of easy zones on the island where you could farm metal. Herbivore Island is a great place for a couple of nettle nodes for a bit of starter metal. So that is going to conclude our video for today. After looking at the island map in detail, we have come to the conclusion there are 7 pros on the map and 4 cons. Please do feel free to let me know in the comments what are your favourite maps on ARK, and if you do enjoy the idea of reviewing each map on the game. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please feel free to check out the channel if you did. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Goodbye.